Hello everyone. Ipagpatuloy po ulit natin ang ating discussion sa capital budgeting. Nandito na po tayo sa pangatlo at panghuli nating topic under this group of uh, video lectures on capital budgeting. So we have this internal rate of return. Paano naman po ang internal rate of return at ano po ang kinaiba niya doon sa payback period at saka sa net present value method? Class, no? Pagdating po dito sa internal rate of return, so we are talking about a certain percentage. Okay? Kasi meron tayong rate of return. Now, sa payback period, we are talking about a period. Okay, how long? Sa net present value, we are talking about a peso value unless we are talking about the profitability index. Okay? O pagdating sa economic value added, the excess of the earnings over its rate of return expressed in peso. Now, dito internal rate of return percentage naman. Okay. So, ano daw ang ibig sabihin or ano ang definition ng internal rate of return? The IRR, okay? Hindi po ito implementing rules and regulations, no? Like as in the case of mga laws, but from a financial management point of view, the IRR or the internal rate of return is the discount rate that equates the NPV of an investment opportunity with zero. Kasi we are considering here yung present value ng cash inflows equals sa initial investment. So, parang kung titignan po ninyo etong ating Project A and Project B as a continuation of our examples, okay? Ano yung rate of return na gagamitin natin kung saan etong periodic payments mo ay mag-i-equal sa 42,000. Therefore, your NPV becomes zero. The same manner for Project B, ano yung rate of return na gagamitin natin para pag kinompute natin yung present value, this will equal the 45,000 na outlay. And again, which this will result to a net present value being zero. Okay? So, it is the rate of return daw that the firm will earn if it invests in a project and receives the given cash inflows. So, kung ito daw yung in-invest mo, ito din yung matatanggap mo. No? Siyempre, in this case, the discounted of this future cash flows. Okay? So, decision criteria, yung decision guide po natin. Pag ginagamit po yung IRR in investment opportunities, in accepting or rejecting a potential project or an investment proposal, kung mas malaki yung IRR sa cost of capital, sa case po natin dito, no, applying the same illustration, our cost of capital is 10%. Okay? Kung mas malaki daw ang IRR na makukompute po natin dito, no, than the cost of capital, we will accept the project, accept the proposal, that opportunity. If the IRR is less than the cost of capital, reject the project. Kaya nga ito yung ating guide, no? Bigger than COC is better, the cost of capital. Actually, class, meron tayong formula dyan. And as you will see in the reference book, which is the book of Kitman, ito po yung formula natin dito, wherein the net present value is zero, and this is the present value of the cash inflows, comparing it to your cash outflow, yung initial investment. Yun nga lang, no, meron tayong limitation dyan when the term is more than 1. Kasi take note na ini-square, meron tayo ditong exponent. In-exponent po natin yung n o yung term natin dito. As I will explain this later on, kasi yan po yung limitation natin for classroom purposes. Since as accounting students, no, we are limited only to a basic calculator. So sa mga basic calculator natin, wala po tayong mga square root, mga tawag nito yung exponential na available sa scientific calculators. Now, consider this, no? Itong projects A and B mo. Pag ginawa mo yan, and if you are to follow this, at ang hinahanap po natin is the IRR, ito, cash flow mo, walang problema, this is available. Yung CF zero mo dito, nakasubscript yung zero, which means yung initial investment mo, yung outflow mo dito na 42 or 45, walang problema. Okay? Ang kaso, since your term is 5 years, medyo mahirap yan gawin. Okay? We will arrive, mas mapapasimplify natin yan, pero pag sinimplify natin itong T, no, hindi na po natin yan magagawa sa basic calculator. So what I did, since in the book of Gitman, ang ginamit po ay financial calculator, no, or the use of the Excel, okay, Excel file. Okay, so may spreadsheet tayo, may spreadsheet na ginawa. We cannot really apply that in our setting, no. Kaya ang ginawa ko, pinick up ko na lang. No, if you are to use those financial calculators, if you are to follow and to apply, no, the formula in Excel for project A, you will arrive at this 19.90%. While for project B, you will arrive at the 21.70%, which is a better choice among the two. Project A versus Project B, pag IRR ang gagamitin natin, mas okay na choice yung Project B. Okay? But how do you confirm? Siguro, ang kaya natin gawin dito is maka-confirm po natin. Ano? Ang gawin ninyo, if ito yung ating mga future cash flows, ito magagamit natin ordinary annuity. Ito single payments kasi uneven. Di gawin mo 1.19.9. So 1.1990 divide equals 5 period minus 1, okay? Divided by 0.990. So ang makukuha po ninyo ay 2.9972. 2.99 or 72 times yung project A, 14,000. Ano makukuha mo dyan? 41,860 or somewhere to that effect. Depende sa rounding off. And that approximates your 42,000. Ibig sabihin, this is your approximated internal rate of return, 19.9. Okay? And this is far beyond your cost of capital na 10%. So kung sakali man plus na parehas yan pwede piliin ninyo parehas yung projects. No? Pero kung isa lang ang pipiliin ninyo, dito ka sa better choice. Hindi ko na po ipapakita. No? Pero syempre, 1.217 divide equals. Okay? O, tignan ninyo ha. Tignan nga, 1.217 divide equals. So, ang kakalabasan mo dito ay 0.8217. No, using, okay, present value factor using 21.70% IRR. Okay? Palitan ko lamang po ito. No? Ayan. Para lang ma-appreciate natin ito. Equals. Para naman dito. So, 0.675. Okay? Equals. Ito naman, 0.5548. Equals. Dito naman, 0.4559. And lastly, isa pang equals, 0.3746. Okay? Apply mo yan. No? Dagdagan po natin ng isang entry dito. Pag in-apply mo to sa 28, okay, ito, patanggalin lang natin, yung, sige, pwede na siguro yan, 2 decimal places. Tapos i-add natin sila lahat. You will see here that the total approximates na pag sinam ko ito, this approximates 45,000. Kasi dito, 44,960. So sinasabi natin na your estimated, approximated IRR for project B is this 21.7 because it approximates your initial investment na 45,000. So that is your internal rate of return and how to compute for that. Now, sabi ko nga, may limitation tayo since we are using the basic calculator. So, bawal ang cycle. And then, hindi din naman natin magagamit yung Excel formulas na pre-set sa libro. Kasi syempre, wala, mostly pag nagkaklase tayo, we don't have our computers. No? So, really, we cannot use what was presented, but you can try to follow it on your own devices, on your own computers. So, sa mga problem solving, kung sakali man ang tinatanong is IRR, and then you were presented with series of choices kasi naka-MCQ siya, mag-trial and error ka na lang doon. Hanapin mo yung isa-isahin mo siya. Depende sa availability ng time mo. Okay? So, that's what you can do. If there are choices. Pero if you have to supply the answer, anong gagawin mo? Since hindi ko gagamit itong formula na ito, given the limitation sa basic calculator, you can do the interpolation. If you are not yet familiar with interpolation, let me show you. Using the illustration on Project A, since this is a series of payment, pare-pareha. So, mas madali kasi mag-interpolate kapag series of payments. Okay, now, using the illustration on Project A, assuming hindi natin alam na 19.9 ang IRR, nag-sample ka, una nag-try ka, 13%, magkano kaya ang 13%? Pag nag-compute ako ng present value factor, ang nakuha ko, ito, 3.5172. Pag minultiply ko sa kanya yung 14,000, ang present value na makukuha ko ay 49%. Okay? Alam po natin na ang ating initial investment, yung outflow ay 42,000. So, using your 13%, 49, malayo sa 42. Pakitandaan, habang lumalaki, okay? Habang lumalaki, yung interest na gagamitin po natin, yung present value na makukuha natin ay what? Eto, pag in-apply mo yan, mas mababa. So, let's say, for example, 13%, eto yung kakalabasan ko. No? What if I do 23%? Kunwari, hindi ko alam. Or actually, you can try some other percentages, So, kung halimbawa, 1.20, kasi, halimbawa, nag 1.23% ka, divide, equals, minus 1 divided by 0.23. Ito yung kakalabasan mo na amount or na present value factor. Pag minultiply mo yan sa cash inflow, ang present value na makukuha mo, 39,000. So, 13% versus 23%. Ito yung kanilang mga corresponding present value factor. Diba? Now, if we are to assess, the rate is somewhere between 13% and 23%. Although, pwede nating masabi na yung aking IRR is somewhere closer to 23% rather than 13%. Because based on my computation, 42,000 is closer to 39 than to 49,000. So, kung mag-interpolate ka, anong gagawin natin? Plus, ganito yung interpolation, Meron kang numerator, meron kang denominator, and then depende sa ginamit mo na rates, gagamitin natin yung mga present value nun para makapag-estimate ng rates. So, may labels lang ako dito, A, B, A minus B, at saka C, D. Lagyan natin ito ng ibang kulay. Okay. Now, sa numerator mo, dito sa column A, kukunin ko is yung original yung outflow ko na 42,000. Ang denominator ko, kukunin ko yung malaking value. Okay? In this case, you have yung na-compute natin using the 13%. Tama ba? Sa susunod, sa column B, okay, same amounts po sila. gagamitin mo naman yung lower amount. Okay? So, which is, in this case, yung 39,249. Ano gagawin ko? Meron ako nito, meron ako nito. Yung numerator mo, kunin mo yung difference. 42,000 minus 39,000. Ito yung A minus B ko. 2,751. No? Sa denominator mo naman, kunin mo rin yung difference. 49 minus 39, meron akong almost 10,000. Take note ha, this is your numerator, this is your denominator, this is a separate, this is separate, pero i-minus mo, no? Kaya nga, sa A minus B, ito yung numerator mo, sa denominator na A minus B, ito naman. And then, you get the product. Product. Ano nga ito? Dividend. Tama ba? 2,751 divided by 9,991.80. Ito siya. 0.275325. No, hindi ko na lamang siya ni-round off. Okay? At tapos, ano nang susunod? Kunin natin yung difference ng 13 at saka 23 na ginamit natin. Nakukuha ba? Anong difference nila? 10%. Multiply ko ngayon. Okay? Etong CD sa high minus low rate na 10%. Ito, nilagay ko na lang, ni-round off ko na lang 3%. Although this will be more appropriate as 2.75%. No? And then, anong gagawin ko sa susunod? Using, okay, the higher rate na ginamit ko, 23%. And then, bawas ko itong nakuha kong difference. Okay? Paanong difference? Hindi pala ito difference, no? CD, yung product, okay? Product ng CD times itong high, lagyan nga natin ito, EF, para hindi confusing, no? So, maglagay ako dito. If this is E, okay, tapos this is F. So, ito naman is E, tama ba? E times F. Tignan ninyo ha. Pag tinignan nyo yung formula, E times F. Okay? So, yung C over D, no, multiplied by the high minus low rate. This is the appropriate label. Okay? So, tapos, sa estimated IRR mo, anong gagawin natin? B38 daw minus D46. Yung high rate na pinili natin, bawas natin yung nakuha natin dito sa E times F. Ayan. Okay? And that is your estimated internal rate of return. So parang kung ano yung na-compute natin dito na percentage, ibawas natin doon sa highest. Okay? In this case, 23 minus 3 is around 20%. Okay? Tapos, ito na daw yung estimated IRR mo, internal rate of return. Kunin nga natin yung present value factor for the ordinary annuity in 5 periods using 20%. Ito siya, 2.9906. Pag kinumpute mo yung present value ngayon, ito yung kakalabasan. Ano? 41,868.4 and this approximates the 42,000. So here we can say that your estimated internal rate of return is this amount here, no, na 20%. If we are to use the interpolation method. Okay po. So, ayan, class? Please take note of this approach. Okay? So, that's it for our discussion of your, interpolation. Okay? Actually, interpolation tuloy. In general, no, yung discussion natin sa internal rate of return. So, this ends our, conceptual and computational discussions of the capital budgeting techniques. So if you have any questions on what we have discussed so far, please let me know, especially for my actual students. Now, if you can, although it would be best if you can ask those questions during our face-to-face classes. Pero for our recordings, hanggang dito po muna tayo. I'll see you soon, whether face-to-face or online or through this recording. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.